but behind closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be starting a new series, and that series is called the Mario Kart 8 Deluxe series. And I know, I probably could have come up with a better name, but at this point in time there's just no better name that I can think of. But Gabe and I decided to get Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. We decided to go spend $450 on a new Switch, plus controller, plus mini micro SD card, plus, everything that comes along with it, just so we could play some Mario Kart together. Both of us loved playing it as a child, and obviously we are still children at heart, so we could not ignore it any longer, and we decided that we're going to have a ton of time during the summer. We might as well spend the money now and just enjoy it later. And good news, Mason, I know you haven't heard from him in a while, and many of you have probably forgot about him, but he has Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as well. He's had a Switch since day one. We've actually played a few games together. I did not get that on recording, but we will definitely have a few games with Mason and his brother and some nice little battle competition style games that you guys will be seeing. So with this, I'm going to kind of do an honest review of it. I've played Mario Kart for probably 6 to 7 hours now. Pretty much alone. Gabe's only played 1 or 2 games so far with her work schedule, but I think I can give a pretty honest review of it, and a lot of the things that I want to say are very nitpicky. I've been such a fan of Mario Kart ever since it came out. I had it on the Nintendo DS, and I remember I was so obsessed with it that I made my mom go out and buy my sister a new DS with Mario Kart because I didn't want to share and I didn't want to play. I wanted to play alone. I didn't want anyone else to take what was mine. And of course, looking back, it was a little silly. But yeah, I've been a huge fan of Mario Kart for a long time. So has Gabe. We've played a ton of hours throughout our lifetime, and it is so nostalgic in so many ways of just bringing me back to just the first Nintendo 64 when I used to go over to my friend's house and I didn't even want to go outside. They'd be like, come on, let's go outside, let's play basketball. I'd be like, no, I don't get to do this at my house. I want to play Mario Kart. I want to play Double Dash. So, without wasting any more of your time with stories, let's get into the review. I'm going to start with a single player. And like I said, this is going to be a little nitpicky because Mario Kart is so perfect in so many ways. There's not many things to find that is too bad for it. And also, all the good things are pretty much obvious. And just overall, it's a fantastic game. But the first 2 things I want to point out are, 1, I am disappointed that everyone is unlocked in the game. I know it's the deluxe version, and I know that's kind of what you're getting with it. That's part of the allure of the deluxe version, is that everyone's unlocked and you don't have to take the time to do that. But I really enjoyed that. I don't know about everyone else, and this could just be me, but I enjoyed the grind of going and getting new characters. I enjoyed Googling the best way to get this character, how to get Metal Mario. What do I have to do to unlock Rainbow Unicorn Bowser? It was just part of the game for me, was unlocking all the characters and doing that in the way of performing well. If I had to get 4 first place finishes on the hardest cup, including Rainbow Road, and 4 times I totally failed, and I had to play it over and 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 over again, then so be it. And that was just part of the grind, and that was part of the enjoyment. That's what made Mario Kart. And I think taking it out was a mistake. I truly do. I think that they should have at least either had 3 or 4 deluxe characters that only came with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, such as Unicorn Rainbow Bowser, and maybe that be the characters you have to unlock, or just making it so that all the characters that were in the regular Mario Kart 8, just make it so I unlock them. Because at this point, the game is halfway done. All I have to do is unlock the carts, the little gliders, and the wheels, and I have everything. All the characters are there, so what's left for me to do? And that's one of my things that has kind of been a pet peeve for me. I know no one else has really cared about it, at least in my friend group, but for me, that was one of those things that I always enjoyed doing, so I'm a little sad to not see it in the game. Another thing that's kind of, I don't want to say that I don't like, But another thing that's confused me has been the way that they went about the cart placements and the cart classes kind of idea. And in a lot of the games, characters like Mini Mario and Mini Luigi and all those little tiny characters, Dry Bones, have had very specific carts. They've had, these are the cradle, you have had the carts that are very specific to them. They're very good at turning, they're very good at being agile, they have very high acceleration, low speed, low weight, and that was part of the game, that you had to kind of choose a ratio. Do you want a super high and fast cart that has a super high weight, or do you want a very quick cart that accelerates faster but is lower in weight? And that was part of the game, was optimizing the cart and the character for whatever map and performance that you were looking for. And I think they kind of took it out in this game, because at least what I've seen before, I think there's one or maybe two or three cart classes in general. Each one has a greater number of carts than has ever been in a game, but still, I was playing Dry Bones, and Dry Bones had the same characters as Leroy, and Leroy is a super heavy character, and Dry Bones is a super light character, and it was very interesting to me to see that they had the same carts, because in every other Mario Kart game, they would have a different skill set, they have a different kind of a class, a weight class, and the carts would have been different. Normally, Leroy has these, or, you know, Leroy kind of like Mini Bowser or Bowser. He has those very elegant cars, the super heavy cars, and that look like Cadillacs. And then now I can use Dry Bones and I can use the same cars. And for some reason that irks me, in the sense of, I feel like there should have been more car classes, or that they should have been separated better. I think that was part of the skill of the game, was being able to use certain classes to the best of their ability. And I think some of that has been eased up and dumbed down a little bit, and it's just something that personally irks me as a Mario Kart fan. As overall, I think single player is absolutely fantastic. I can't give it any less than like an 8.5 out of 10. The maps play beautifully, the choice of maps are beautiful. I wish they would have included some deluxe versions of some maps, but that's just, again, me being very nitpicky. The Zelda map is absolutely stunning. I think that may be one of my favorite maps. The flying, the weird hover drifting, everything that has been put in the game has been put and balanced in so elegantly. The new box items, I haven't got a whole lot. I've actually, because I'm in first place and always winning. But the box items, I haven't really been in last place enough to test out all the box items. I think they've done an absolute fantastic job with the single player. I sat down and played an hour of it, as you're going to see some gameplay of it, and I was just not bored at all. The only reason I got off was because everyone else got on Overwatch. I want to get into the multiplayer very briefly. For any of you guys who are trying to play multiplayer and are bummed that you can't talk to your friends, I know this is a primarily Xbox fan base. What I found out you can do is most TVs have multiple HDMI inputs, so you can use 1, 2, 3, 4 and have whatever connected. I'll have my Xbox connected to HDMI 2, I'll turn it on, I'll join a party with whoever I'm trying to play with, and then I'll turn off and I'll switch HDMIs to the one that is connected to the Switch, and I can still play Mario Kart, still talk to my friends, and I'm able to talk shit and be all cocky in person. So one of the things that Nintendo has done terribly is instituted party systems and talking online. I mean, that they've never had that. Essentially, when you play with your friends on Nintendo, you're relying on text conversations after the game, or you're relying on those weird little messages that they have, like, good game, or I hope you go easy on me kind of thing. And while that's fun and all, there's nothing like talking in real time and talking crap and making fun of them, and if you hit them with a blue shell, or you know you're about to hit your first place friend in with a blue shell, there's nothing like that moment of like, oh crap, like them screaming and you know you did a good job. So that's something that I know a lot of people don't like about the Switch, but that's a way to get around it. Getting into the multiplayer itself, the Battle Royale, it's perfectly fine. There's nothing really out of the ordinary with it. I've never been a huge fan of battles. The only one I really liked was Balloon Battle, and even that, I mean, they've kept that relatively the same. The new ones are cool. The Sunshine one is kind of cool. It's basically just keep away. It's very hectic though, and I don't really. The map choice is very weird for that one, but it might be just the map that we played. And then they have like a Cops and Robbers one, which I think is a little weird as well, just because They use the little potted plant, and that essentially lunges at people, and I feel like it's very hard to get and succeed at that when you're not the cops. But the game types in that are pretty cool. It's like on a little circuit, and you get them in random. As far as playing online, playing worldwide is so much easier than playing regional. I don't know what it is about it, but whenever I play versus people in worldwide, it's mostly people from Japan, and they have absolutely no idea what they're doing when it comes to Mario Kart. I mean, out of the 5 games I played worldwide, I got first place 3 of them and third place 2 of them. Then I go to regional, which is like Mexico and Canada for me, and it was ridiculous. I was getting 8th place. I was getting hit with 8 shells in a row, and it was just typical Mario Kart moments of like blue shell, red shell, green shell, banana peel, and then all of a sudden someone hits you with the bullet, and then someone who has a star runs right by you, and then you fall off the cliff, and then you're in 12th, and that was all within a 4-foot before the finish line moment. So that's kind of how the ranking works a little bit as well. Is you start at 1,000, and then you either go up with your wins or you go down. So if I think you come in the 6th through 12th place, you go down, or if you get 6th place through up, you go up. So essentially, if you're finishing top 6 in every game, you're eventually going to go up. I'm at like 1380 now, starting at 1,000. There are people who are already at like 2,700, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I think that's really all that we need to get into. I know I didn't get into multiplayer too much, but multiplayer is very self-explanatory. Joining with your friends is easy. Going online is very easy. You get in that lobby, and I'll show some video of it. But multiplayer and single player, they get easy 8.5s out of 10. I hope you guys enjoyed the review, though. I hope it helped you guys in some way. If you guys are on the verge or on, tilting on whether you want to get the game or not, I think it's a great buy. There's nothing like going and playing Mario Kart with some friends or having a group of people over and just kind of hanging out and enjoying yourselves. That's one of the things that I've always remembered with Mario Kart, is just having a great time with friends, and that's what the game does so much better than most Xbox games at this point. Well, I'm going to end the video there. I know the end got a little rambly, but I have absolutely no script to look off of. I just wanted to go off, what was in my heart. So, as always, we have been the Overachieving Underachievers. I hope this helped you guys. Stay achieving, and we'll see you at the next video.